friends. Welcome to Healthy Living Live, where you will learn ideas and activities that will help you live a healthy life as you become your healthiest self today. Hope everybody is doing well. Before we get started, I'm just going to introduce myself again. I'm Miss Makini, and today we're going to be talking about why walking can help you become your healthiest self. But before we get started, let me just say this. I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. I am not a health professional at all. But I've learned a little bit about walking and exercise over these last however many years of my life. And I just want to share some of the things that I've learned with you. Before you get started with any exercise program, please check with a physician. All right, with that being said, if you're ready, I'm ready, so let's get started. You say, Miss Makini, what is this all about walking? I've been walking since I stopped crawling. Me too. We started out as toddlers, and now we don't even think about what it means to walk. We just do it. We get up from our chair and we go to the kitchen to get some water. We get up from our chairs and we go to bed. We just do it. We walk. So you say, if we just do it, we just walk. How is this walking part of our exercise? So everybody's always talking about it's important to get our exercise in. Well, I'm glad you asked that. We do know that exercise is good for our overall health. It helps our physical bodies. It helps our muscles. That is, it helps our bodies move easier and better, and it helps our mental well-being. It helps us think better thoughts. When you get down in the dumps sometimes, if you go for a nice little walk, believe you me, it helps your thoughts get brighter and happier. Doctors tell us that just 30 minutes every day can increase our cardiovascular fitness. That is, about our heart, cardiovascular, and help strengthen our lungs as well. It can strengthen our bones. Exercise can reduce extra body fat, and we all know we want to get rid of some of that extra fat, and boost our muscle power, gives us strength and endurance, which means we can do more things for a longer period of time. Walking is that good, great exercise that everyone who has the ability to walk can do. And it will help us with all of those things that I just said. So the next question that came to me was, well, how does walking become exercise and not just something that we always do? The answer is you walk for a longer time without stopping. You walk briskly. That means you get up from what you're doing and you go for a walk. This might mean around your neighborhood, walking a path at the park, or even on a treadmill. How long or how far should one walk? It is recommended that we walk about 30 minutes each and every day. So what do I need to go for a walk, you might ask? Glad you asked that. Some people think we need very expensive shoes and walking sticks, and we need this and we need that and the other. Walking is probably the cheapest exercise that we can do for our good physical health. You need a good pair of shoes now. You do need a good pair of shoes and just a place to go for your walk. Again, it can be out in one of the parks around wherever you live. And during that time when you're walking, listen to the birds. That helps our breathing. It helps our mental well-being. When you're walking, you can just walk up and down your street. That's a good thing to do. But put on your shoes, lace them up tight, and get out there and get to walking. I'd like to add right here that walking is called a low-impact exercise, different from running in that you don't impact or you don't put so much weight on your knees. If you have trouble with your knees, walking is one of the best exercises? Well, someone said, Miss Makini, do we just walk? Is that the only thing we're doing when we're out there? Yes, you can just walk. Just take your steps one at a time. Some people want to do what they call power walking. And that's really fast when you're moving your arms and your legs and you're just getting going and you're going and you're moving. You can do it like that. Or you can get somebody to go with you and you all can talk and walk. But don't talk and walk slowly. Talk and walk briskly. Move those arms and legs together. Or you can take your dog. And if your dog is like most of the dogs I've seen when I've been out for my walk, they'll keep you moving quite briskly. You have to walk faster when you go for a walk for health than if you were at the zoo walking and looking at the animals and those kind of things. Walking for exercise is done briskly. You want to feel like you're getting a little sweat on, or that you are having to breathe a little bit harder than normal. And that's good for your heart again and for your lungs. You can add some deep breathing while you're walking. You take some deep breaths in. Remember when we talked in meditation and yoga? Deep breath in and blow it out while you're walking. That's good for you. Other things you can add are you can add a very light hand weight. You can stop if you see a bench or a table in the park, if you're in a park, and you can do a push-up or other quick exercises. But you can just go out and walk. Again, try to get your 30 minutes in a day if you can. If you can't get all 30 minutes in at one time, see if you can get it in at maybe 15 minutes instead of 30 minutes. Either way, get those 30 minutes in as much and as often as you can. What else can we do to get our walking in? Well, you can take the steps, and if in your house you have steps, you can walk up and down your steps. Be careful, even if you need to hold on to the banisters, you can do that, but you can do that. If you're going to a store, going to Walmart or going to Michael's or wherever you might find yourself, maybe you can ask somebody, hey, can you put me out just a little bit farther away and I can walk? That helps your cardiovascular. That helps in your walking. Do something every day. Move those muscles in your legs and in your hips. Walking is very, very good for us all. If you're going out and it's warm outside, make sure you're taking your water. Remember what we said last week in nutrition, get that water in. And if it's a little warm outside, make sure you're taking a bottle of water with you so that you can rehydrate yourself as you're going, especially if you're going to do longer than 30 minutes. Make sure you get that water intake with you. So to sum up our ideas about walking as exercise, I want you to remember that walking is not just good for our physical bodies, and it is good, but walking is good for our minds. We've all been stuck inside and during the pandemic, and now we're getting out a little bit more. And taking a walk sometimes can get rid of some of those cobwebs in your head and you feeling like you're not thinking very well or you're kind of depressed because you've been in the house and all those things. Get out. Look around your neighborhood. I bet you can find a bird, or you can hear a bird, or you can maybe even meet a neighbor you've never met before, or you can see some things in your neighborhood that you haven't seen before. If you're on a bike path, you might see a tree, then you might want to go back home and draw that tree. Or you might see, since we're still in that summer, fallish time, you might see some flowers that you've never seen before. When you see those things, take deep breaths, take your time, stand there, kind of look at it, and that will make you feel 100% better than you did before you went out for walking. When you're walking, number 2, Make sure you're doing it briskly. Don't saunter. Don't be slow and go back and say, I did my 30 minutes. And you're really just getting down to the corner because you're just walking so slowly. Remember, you got to make those arms move. Got to make that heart pump a little bit more. Get moving. Get those legs moving. Get those arms moving. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Number 3, take the dog with you again. Take a friend. Check out the things that are around you. But get out there and get to moving. The doctors say a minimum of 30 minutes per day, at least 3 to 4 times per week. You want to be out there as often as you can. And if you can't get outside, if the weather is inclement, like it's raining and you don't want to put up your hood and get out there and go, you want to maybe find a video. And if you email me, there are a couple of videos that will help you walk a mile right there in your house. So just let me know and I'll get you those links. But try to get, again, 30 minutes per day, at least 3 or 4 times per week. You don't have to start out all at once. You can start out a little bit. What did I say earlier? 2 15-minute walks in the day. If you need to break it down to 3 10-minute walks per day, that's fine. And gradually work up to 30 minutes. But you probably want to even get it past those 30 minutes. Now, some people want to calculate their walking in miles. You might want to find a video, or there are apps for phones that go from, they call it going from the couch to a mile. And you can have your headphones on and it can help you walk a mile. Again, you might start out very slowly and it might seem like walking a mile is a long way. But if you take your time, if you started today, maybe by springtime, you'll be up to that mile, and it might even be before then. So think about either in miles, but back to 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Well, that's all that we have for this week. I hope you got something out of it. But remember, walking is the easiest exercise that we can do. Walking is the cheapest exercise that we can do. Walking can be the best thing for us, especially if we haven't exercised in a long while. Take your time, lace up those tennis shoes, put on a cap, and get out there. We're in fall now, and fall we can put on our jackets and get out there and see some beautiful things. Pretty soon the leaves will be falling, they're turning colors, and we're going to see some beautiful things. It's a wonderful time to get out and get into walking. So don't forget, get out there and get it on. Don't forget to join us next week for all of our DSA virtual programming, and I'll see you next week on Healthy Living Live, where you can learn ideas and activities that will help you live a healthy life as you become your healthiest self.